I wanted to start by introducing you to VeganShift. So what we are is a vegan advocacy organization that is focused on empowering a rapid world vegan shift to ensure that everyone goes vegan as soon as possible and thrives. So we look at this on a pretty holistic global situation that is basically the result of 8 billion people on Earth now. That's kind of a big game changer. When the entire world population took until 1800 to reach our first billion people, we then doubled only 130 years later in 1930. And then we, by 1970-something, we were 4 billion. So we doubled yet again in a short 40 years. And now 40 years later, we're doubling yet again at 8 billion. And the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization is saying that we're looking at fully exploiting our ocean by 2025, which is in less than 10 years. And I frankly can't imagine a world with no fish in the ocean. And what the feeding inefficiently of 8 billion people with an animal agricultural foundation is doing in terms of dead zones created in the ocean. Since the Industrial Revolution, we've included over 80,000 new chemicals into the environment. So, 8 billion people starting to do all these different processes is having catastrophic impacts, which is creating a sense of urgency for what we do here. So I wanted to go ahead and get you connected to our vegan infrastructure and help you understand why it's critical that we start talking about this in terms of not just something that we do for a diet. It's more than just a dietary preference. It's really a consciousness that says we need to think about the rest of the world. We are all earthlings and we're equal in that. So everyone sharing this sphere of planet Earth, their lives are being impacted by one species, humanity, predominantly in all of our activities that these massive populations are now doing globally. We're losing, according to some scientists, between 150 and 200 species to extinction on a daily basis due to human exploits. This is really compelling information to wake up and make an about face. I'm prior military, so I speak in military terms on our behaviors. So I also, because I'm prior military, tend to use warlike language and analogy. So what I would say is, as a vegan, I am all about nonviolence, and that's the beautiful thing. What we're bringing to the world is nonviolence at its best. We're looking at consciousness that says, hey, can we treat everyone, humans, non-humans, all sentient life on Earth equally? Can we just give each other that love and respect that towards each other that we would like to see done to us? So these are the ideas that are really moving the vegan message. And by the way, it just happens to have fantastic impacts on our health. It can be so much more sustainable for 8 billion people on Earth. And we also have tons of resources to get you connected, because that's our job. With VeganShift, we are developing an awareness of veganism and expediting that contact, that support system connection. So what we do is we work with a lot of different communities in developing local vegan resource guides. We have one here. You can get it online on veganshift.org. But we also have a few back there. I'm almost out, but please stop back there and pick up a local vegan resources guide so you can get connected to your vegan infrastructure and community. We also have several events coming up. On the 4th of July, we're doing the 300 Vegans event. Our objective is to get 300 vegans at the Doodah Parade one day, or different parades around the country, and get this shirt by Nonviolence United on the backs of as many vegans as possible, because it's really important to us to get this message out there, and I've found this shirt to be a tremendous beacon for connecting the vegan community, and it's such a great conversation starter for people who are interested in veganism, and even people who've tried veganism. They'll come to you and they'll say, I tried to do that once and I failed at it, and then you suddenly have an invitation to help them succeed at it. So it's so functional for so many purposes, and if people are just reading your shirt while they're standing behind you in line, they don't necessarily even have to ask you anything, but they're becoming informed about important connections to veganism and why so many people are doing it around the world every day. So this is really gaining momentum. It's really important that we not equivocate on what we're trying to do and why it's important. We also have another event coming up in August. It's called the Columbus Veg Fest. It'll be the second annual Columbus Veg Fest for the city of Columbus. So we're pretty excited about that, and that is on August 26th. So be sure to come to that event. We are very much growing community here in Columbus. We have the Columbus Vegan Meetup group. Are any of you familiar with meetup.com? Anyone already on meetup.com? Okay. So there is a Columbus Vegan Meetup group. You are invited to join it and get connected to the local vegan infrastructure here. We are a very active group. We're continually doing different events. We just did a laser craze event for families and kids, and we have on the 22nd, it's a Saturday, a kind of a bonfire thing going on at a friend's house. So it'll be more of a tight-knit community event where you can come and it'll be a potluck and bring your favorite vegan dish to share with others, and we'll do some s'mores. And so yeah, get connected to the Columbus Vegan Meetup group through meetup.com, VeganShift.org. We'd love to have you get connected there as well and sign up for getting on our newsletter. We just had our website revamped. In fact, that's another thing that Sam does, that our presenter, who's a musician and a vegan athlete, is also dynamic in that he does website work as well. So it's been great connecting with him. I also wanted to tell you that I write a column called Socially Just Dining with the Columbus Free Press. And so if you're looking for dessert somewhere in the city of Columbus, this month's article was about finding vegan desserts throughout the greater metropolitan Columbus area. And so that's probably one of the most important things of doing is helping people make that connection that every day that they eat. You know, if we're lucky in America, we eat 3 times a day, so it's a pretty prominent thing that we're doing. It's important to note that veganism is a consciousness, not just a diet. So, you know, while we focus tremendously in this movement on helping people adapt their diet, it's really about adapting our consciousness as a society, as a world, towards our fellow earthlings and the way we interact with them. Some really fantastic films that have come out recently that I think are worth mentioning are, you know, this shirt, it follows a format called, you know, compassion and non-violence for people, for the planet, for the animals. And we have some great documentaries that have been done on that. So for the people, recently we had the film What the Health come out. There was also another one called Food Choices, and Forks Over Knives, and Plant Pure Nation. So these films are really critical in helping you understand the health aspects of this, how we can reverse so many conditions, how we can avoid developing other conditions. So much of what is killing Americans is perfectly avoidable if we were actually eating consistently with our values and our physiological and anatomical characteristics. Because hands down, when you examine this issue thoroughly, you discover that humans are actually herbivores behaving as omnivores, and that it's the omnivory and the consumption of animal products that is actually causing all of these diseases that are killing us prematurely. So it's also killing the planet. It's certainly killing the animals. And, you know, we really don't need jobs called slaughter in my world. You know, I see the future of the world being a non-violent one where we're not paying people to do that for a living anymore. I also want to talk about Cowspiracy. It's a fantastic film that is non-violent, it's non-graphic. There's one scene in there towards the very end that's very easy to avoid, that even touches really on the violence that we're doing towards animals, but it's a fantastic film and very comprehensive on the environmental aspects of animal agriculture. So investigate Cowspiracy, investigate What the Health, that's by the same team. And if you're really brave, I would highly recommend a film called Earthlings. It really goes into the details about what is done to the animals in the system. on all the different ways in which we use them, because there are 5. It's not just what we eat, it's what we wear, it's who we have for family members as companions, it's who we experiment on, so that, you know, there's so many different aspects in which we consume animals. And our products, our body care products, it's in the paint. I mean, it's almost inescapable how insidious we've founded our entire world on their exploitation and death. So just wanted to get you connected to the different resources that will really help you develop a very comprehensive understanding on the critical urgency and need to make this change. So we're all about connecting you. Do you have any questions for me? Wow, no questions? Well, we had a great presentation. I want to thank everybody for coming. Thank you to all of the people who made this happen. This is not a single person who does this. I would really be sad to be standing here speaking to an empty room. So it starts with you for showing up. It starts with the many people that put this ComFest together. The folks that are back here working on the sound, the videographer that I have. Thank you, Alexa and Jewa. I hope I said that right. Yua. Okay, sorry. I added an extra acronym there, or not acronym, but anyway. So thank you all to my speakers, Sam and Raphael. I think he had to leave already, so he had another place to be. And to all of the people who brought the food, the delicious food for you to sample and try in the back. So thank you all for coming, and we look forward to seeing you next year.